Happy 2026, everyone. Thank you so much for spending your time with us on this first Wednesday of 2026. We are really excited that you are here, and we are really looking forward to the opportunity to supporting you in reaching your goals this year. We will just go ahead and get started. Again, welcome everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the MBALaunch program, an application prep program here at Forté to help you reach your goals. Make sure that this is the year that you are launching towards all of the things that are right for you personally and professionally. Thanks for spending your time here with us today. My name is Sarah Dewar. I am the program manager on the early career team here at Forté. I have been with Forté for over 4 years, and prior to joining Forté has spent a little over 10 years in higher education recruitment and admissions, most specifically at one of Forté member schools on the MBA admissions committee for full-time and part-time students. So coming to you all in this early career or pre-MBA stage with some industry knowledge and background, really excited and passionate about the work that we're doing at Forté in this program. So I'm excited to share that with you. If you are new here to Forté events, welcome. We're so happy to have you into our community. If you're not yet familiar, I'll just briefly kind of talk to you a little bit about the work that Forté is doing in terms of fueling the future of business. We are working with a powerful community of influential business schools, corporate partners, individuals like yourself, and amazing donors that make all of our options and our programming possible for you, really allowing you to have access and build those connections to make your MBA a financial reality for you moving forward. There is a lot of information out there. There are a lot of programs. Perhaps you've tried to navigate it yourself, but we are really trying our best to provide the support you need at any stage in your career. Specifically on our team, we're looking to help you get to that next stage educationally to help transform your career professionally. Assuming you're here because you are aware of, to some extent, the value of an MBA, but I do like to just point out that there are many, many key factors and positives from getting this MBA, a few of them being your network, the obvious career impact and what that looks like, your return on investment in your financial future, and then, of course, the educational part, the MBA part, the business and management foundations and fundamentals that you will have, but that does not include the transformative experience that you will have throughout an MBA program. And we really want to make sure that you're doing it the right way, giving yourself the most options and the maximum possibilities to make the most of your MBA. We are doing this through our very own flagship program called MBALaunch. This is an MBA application prep program. You're welcome to scan that QR code to learn more. There's a few different variations depending on where you are in the process. Today, we're going to talk specifically about our live 8-month-long cohort program. So again, if you've decided an MBA is in your future, maybe you are a little further ahead in the process, or you're just very MBA curious, just starting out, happy to kind of go through what the program looks like and talk to you a little bit about what we can do to help make it a reality. Our goals for you as a participant in our MBALaunch program is to help you build the confidence in your story to build your best application, to be a candidate that our business schools want and desire to see coming through their application pipeline. That we want them to want you to be students on their campus and in their program and making a meaningful difference. So we're going to give you the most supportive community of individuals, not just peers going through this, but our staff members and industry experts, as well as others, partners, program partners, and admissions committee members at some of our member schools that will be part of your community moving forward. We're going to help you find your right fit. There are a lot of options, and you know this out there for business school, but a lot of things go into the decision. And so we want to make sure that, you only get one chance to do your MBA, that it is the right choice for you, that you are at the place where you are going to thrive and make the most of those personal and professional goals. And then, of course, propelling yourself forward as an individual and as a career-driven professional as well. MBA Launch is that application prep program I mentioned. We are providing accountability in the community. You will get discounts on some of our partner services, so the industry experts that you hear from throughout the course of our 8-month-long program. And then at the end of the program, if you successfully complete all of the requirements, you are rewarded with some application fee waivers to partner schools for those that offer them. I keep mentioning these program partners. These are the industry experts or admissions consultants, if you will, that participate within our program. So they are eagerly partnering with us to help you as best as they can with their experience. These are all industry known, successful individuals or consulting agencies that help individuals get their MBA. And so they are bringing that expertise and knowledge to you on a weekly basis to present various different topics of information to help you, again, build your best application as it relates to you. This is kind of a quick guide of our curriculum, if you will. You can see that we're starting pretty early with some foundational pieces, some personal storytelling, some self-reflection. We're going to look at kind of your personal brand, who you wish to be through this process, how you wish to represent yourself as an MBA applicant. So this process, I hate to say soul searching, but it is a lot of reflection that goes into this, and it's a big commitment and investment in yourself. And so we're going to help you kind of set the foundation for what is the best way, or to get you started on the right path to finding the best program for you. As we continue through the duration of the 8-month-long program, we're going to then move into admissions insight. So this basically will be your peek behind the admissions curtain, really understanding the ins and outs of each application component, what the adcoms are actually looking for and why they're asking for these things in the application, and then how they're using that to evaluate your whole package. From there, we'll dive into each of those components, hearing from various different experts on, how to select your references, how to prepare your references, how to break down essay questions to write to actually answer the question that's being asked. We'll talk a little bit about career game planning and storytelling for your future. We'll get into all of the things of interviews and visiting campus and engaging with students and how to navigate that throughout the process. As well as, there's ongoing connections with the schools. So you might hear from those industry experts throughout the weekly sessions of our 8-month cohort. You might also hear from admissions committee members at various different events or have individual advising sessions with them. You might also be connecting with the current students who've recently successfully navigated the application process, who can help you, fine tune those essays or get some perspective on what the actual student experience is like and make sure that that's the program for you. We do also have some test prep as optional programming within the MBALaunch program. You're not required to take advantage of the test prep within our program. However, it's a tremendous benefit for you as a launcher. You are not required to have an official test score joining the program, but you will be required as a program requirement to submit official test scores while you are enrolled in the program. So we can kind of dig into that a little bit further in just a moment. There is some live programming that takes place in person, which is really, really fun within the cohort. I mentioned before, you're going to get this community of peers that are going through this together with you. All of our programming can be completed virtually. In fact, our weekly sessions on Tuesdays are virtual, but there are different opportunities to get together either formally or informally with your peer mates who are going through this process together. So these are just a few examples. I do like to reiterate that if you are meeting in person, or if you're not near a major city, or if you are located internationally, that is okay. The entire program can be completed in a virtual manner, but there are some options available if you wish to take advantage of them. This is an overview of our 2025 cohort. So the last year's cohort that worked with us from February through September of 2025. Most of them are hearing back on round 1 decisions right now, or have just finally submitted their round 2 decisions or applications in this current application cycle. But you can see that there's a wide variety of individuals that participate in this program. It is a large community of folks that are navigating MBA application process, perhaps test prep, career goals, life. And so all of the things are happening at the same time. It is nice to be around people who understand what that balance might look like, or who might be feeling some of the same pressures or stress or worries that you might be having around this process. I mentioned before that the program is open to anyone, regardless of your geographical location or your citizenship. We do like our programs to really kind of mimic what you'll get in an MBA program, typically about 30-35% international students, a wide variety of diversity in terms of ethnicity, educational background, professional experiences. This program is not specifically for individuals looking at full-time programs. However, the majority of participants will be looking at full-time programs. That's not to say if you are looking at part-time programs or executive programs, we do still have a place for you in this program, and there is still content and connections that will be very valuable to you as you navigate this process. And even if you're unsure of what program format, or you might still be exploring that in this very early stage of the process, that's okay. We, again, want to make sure that you are finding the right fit for you based on your personal and professional goals and where you are in life right now, and then building your best application to reach that goal. Average years of work experience, 6 years here. Again, this might mimic something you've seen on a class profile. There's no minimum. We do expect that you are working a full-time professional job post-undergraduate degree, though. So just keep that in mind. Again, that is just simply us being able to ensure that the candidates we are producing from our program align with what kind of the programs might be looking for in MBA candidates. There is an application process for our live cohort. The application is open right now. It is very, I'm going to say easy. I'm going to say it should take you less than 2 hours. Definitely do not put more than 2 hours worth of time into it. Obviously take it serious, but just know that we are reviewing your application to a prep program that's going to get your application. The program is designed to get you MBA application ready. So we don't expect your application to our prep program to be as polished can be and ready for an MBA application, or else you wouldn't need us. So take it serious, like I said, but just know that we are looking to help you. And there's just a few pretty easy, basic questions that we're looking to get answered. The form itself is just that. It's a self-explanatory form where you're going to insert your contact information, your background information. You're going to tell us where you work. You're going to tell us where you went to school. You're going to tell us if you have a test score or you don't. All of it is self-reported. So again, very easy compared to a traditional MBA application. We don't need your transcripts. We don't need your official test scores. You're just really kind of filling in the information for us. There are 2 different or 3 different links that we are going to need from you within this application form. One is your LinkedIn profile, actually your profile feed or your profile. So make sure you copy that URL into your application. We will be looking at that. We also ask for your resume, professional resume. Now you might be thinking, gosh, this is pretty redundant. If I'm giving you my LinkedIn, I don't need to give you my resume. We actually do want both. So please don't copy and paste your LinkedIn profile for both your resume and your LinkedIn. There's a reason we're asking for both. You can copy this link via like a Google Doc or some sort of sharing platform like that. We find typically Google is the easiest. Just make sure that we have access to view your resume. And make sure they're consistent. Again, there's no right or wrong format that we're looking for, but you do want to make sure that what's on the professional resume you share a link to and your LinkedIn profile matches up, and there's some consistencies there. The third link you're going to share with us is the essay. This is, again, very easy. Please do not let this stress you out. Chances are, if you're here today, you've thought enough about why you want an MBA, you're learning enough about our program today, and you're familiar with what Forté is doing and the work we're doing. And so you should have no problem taking care of this essay question. It can be a 3-minute recorded video or 500 words or less written essay. And so if you're doing a video because you think that's easier, you just want to set up your camera and pretend you're talking to your aunt or your mom or your friend or your professional mentor to answer the question, that is great. That is so great. We love that. If writing something down is easier for you, that's also great with us as well. So again, it's a 3-minute or less or 500 words written essay. You only need to do one. I will say the 500 words, please pay attention to this. That doesn't mean like only send us 100 words that answer the questions. That also means pay attention and don't send us 17 pages worth of stuff, because chances are you won't really be answering the question we're asked. You'll be providing a lot of unnecessary information. So the question itself, I want to say, is something: tell us why you're looking for an MBA, how our MBA launch program is going to help you, and then tell us a little bit about your mission alignment with Forté and the work we're doing to get more women leading in business. Pretty easy, pretty standard. Like I said, hopefully you've thought about these things before. No right or wrong answer. We just want you to take it serious. And then you will see the additional information aspect in the application as well. This is if you wish to tell us some more information or give us context. Maybe there's a gap in your resume, or you're self-reporting a GPA that maybe you're a little less confident about, and you want to give us a little context there. Any of those reasons are great to be able to use that additional information. It's not required, but if there's something you wish to tell our team, you're welcome to do so. Just keep in mind, if there's something that maybe will cause questions, maybe your LinkedIn and your resume don't match and we don't find any explanation for it, we could always reach out to get some information that may or may not impact the review process. But just keep in mind that if we do have questions, we oftentimes like to ask those questions. So I'm going to remind you, your application to our program does not need to be as polished as your MBA application your MBA application will be in the future. We're going to help you get there. We don't expect you to be there right now. Here is a quick overview of the timeline for our application. January 11th, this Sunday, is our final deadline for joining the 2026 cohort, because our program does start on February 3rd. So between now and Sunday, you need to find 2 hours of time to sit down and tell us your story, tell us a little bit about yourself. There's a $35 application fee. In the next slide, I'll give you a discount code to knock that down to about $15. But you can expect then to hear back from us by January 20th, and then you would be expected to join the program, officially submit enrollment payments and fees prior to the February 3rd start date. So just kind of pencil this in, understand what the deadline is going to look like, or what your timeline is going to look like, to make sure that you're ready to rock and roll for February 3rd. We are kind of getting down to the end of it, so be sure that you are paying attention and making sure that you get your stuff in by Sunday. This is just one more quick overview. I mentioned that application fee. Use Forté FAM26, all caps, no spaces. That'll take your application fee to our MBA launch program from $35 down to $15. Once you are admitted, there is that non-refundable, non-transferable $750 enrollment fee. Our program does begin on February 3rd, 2026. So in little over 3 weeks, we're going to get rocking and rolling. It will last for 8 months. We will run February through September. Typically, we meet on Tuesdays, either 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern or 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Those are our weekly sessions, and it depends on those experts or those professionals that are available and who will be presenting at the time. Each of those sessions is recorded. So although it is a live cohort and we have some expectations that you will reap the benefit and participate as a live participant in our cohort, we do understand that you all are balancing full-time jobs and other things going on. So we do have some flexibility there. Want to reiterate that the live cohort for 2026 is ideal for individuals that will be submitting applications in fall 2026 to start in 2027, or fall 2027 to start in 2028. So keep that in mind with your timeline. If you have some flexibility in there, that is great. We love to help make sure that you're on the right track, not just in terms of program format or specific programs that you're looking for, but that your timeline makes sense, that you will be the most competitive candidate. I just want to invite you all, if you have questions, we do have a few minutes here. I'll jump into the Q&A. I saw some questions come through. I'll take a look at those. So if you have other questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A feature. Otherwise, please reach out to us at premba@fortefoundation.org. You can also visit our website, fortefoundation.org/MBALaunch. We do have several other sessions that we've done, including an AMA with our team last week or prior to the holiday. That can be found on our YouTube channel. If you are looking for more information, or like I said, you're welcome to reach out. I'm happy to schedule a one-on-one call. Let me take a look at the questions here. Okay, good question coming in. Currently, I'm exploring STEAM business schools. There are 12 business schools offering deferred MBA programs. Okay, so this looks like it's more of a personal deferred programs for consulting. Currently, I'm preparing for the GRE and we'll be getting it next week. I will be working on college applications in this regard. I think, Hiba, probably best if you go ahead and email us. We're happy to see if I can set up some time individually to answer these questions. I'm just not sure this is the right place in terms of asking for help to edit your essays and interview guidance. But editing essays, interview guidance, all of that is included in the MBALaunch program to various levels. You know, you won't get necessarily a coach or a reviewer, but you will have 600 peers who are going through the same process, as well as many other ways and experts that you'll have access to get that support that you might need. The professional experts. Okay, can I speak more about how the professional experts support the program and individual support? Yes, great question. So I mentioned before, those experts are the ones that are sharing the content on a weekly basis. So they are the teachers, if you will. Every week they have different topics. I went through the curriculum and I'll go back here in terms of finding the right program for you or school selection, all the way through figuring out what your plan is. Are you a career changer? Are you a career accelerator? What are those kind of mini pivots in between? How are you going to incorporate those into your short-term versus your long-term goals? There's resume workshops. There's breaking down the essay questions. There's selecting your references, preparing for interviews. And so those are the folks that are available to you on a weekly basis per the topics that they will be presenting on within the curriculum. They also are available to you for individual consulting appointments. A big aspect of our program is the office hours or advising appointments. And so these can be offered by these industry experts or our program partners. They can be offered by admissions committee members at our partner schools or admissions representatives. They could be offered by current students and or alums at our partner schools. And so those are all individuals that you can kind of get one-on-one time with and individual assistance with throughout the course of the program, depending on what your needs are. For example, some of our program partners might say, yeah, bring your resume. I'll give you 30 minutes and we'll do a quick review of your individual resume. Oftentimes you can take advantage of one appointment with each of those partners throughout the duration of the launch program. Others, you might say, hey, you're a current student who just navigated the process at this program that I'm really interested in. Would you mind taking a look at my resume, or can you take a look at my essay and give me some feedback? Those are all different ways that you can kind of go about navigating the connections and getting the assistance throughout the program. I see a few more questions coming in, so thank you. Kristen, I love when individuals think they're coming from non-traditional backgrounds. In fact, I would say that is kind of the bread and butter of what our program is. We are going to give you confidence, help you understand what that career pivot looks like, understand what steps should be taken or what features you should look for in an MBA program to make that a reality. And then also really helping you lean into your unique story. These business schools, it's not a secret, but they don't want a whole cohort of consultants coming in. They don't want a whole cohort of people coming from Wall Street. They don't want a whole people, the whole group of individuals all trying to get into one specific thing. So the transformative experience of the MBA classroom itself and the actual the learning comes from the diversity of various different backgrounds. So not just in our launch program, but you're going to see how you will best be able to incorporate your unique story and what your background is and bring forward those skills to showcase them in your application to say, hey, here's where I'm going. This is my story. This is how it makes sense. And here's why an MBA is going to be helpful for you. Okay. Well, I hope that answered your questions. And I think that's all that we have. So again, I just want to reiterate for you all, our final deadline is this Sunday, the 11th. So please, please, please make sure you submit your application then. Don't forget to take advantage of Forte Fam 26 to get a discount on that application fee. Everyone loves a good discount. Starting the year off with a little bit of savings is great. And if you do have questions, you're welcome to email us at premba@fortefoundation.org. Visit our website, or another very, very helpful resource would be our YouTube channel, where all of our previous Ask Me Anything sessions or information sessions with program alums and things like that will be available to you. We'll make sure you get a follow-up email with links directly to those as well, in case there's anything else that we missed out. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I look forward to the opportunity of working with you in the coming month. And I hope that you all have a great 2026 with